This is the Twilite show, y'all. Get your motherfucking hands in the air and you believe the real hip-hop music and the culture of hip-hop. Say, hey! It's Shot-Town in the house now. It's Shot-Town in the house now. It's Shot-Town in the house. Woo! Mighty Zulu Nation. Mighty Zulu Nation. Where my drummers at?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's what I'm working with, dude.
Melody play so many times in my head. Good lies that they've been telling me, drugs what they've been selling me. They say I can't reside on the street with a felony. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. But sometimes we try to love life itself, right? I can't cause the price itself be attacking me. It's like they got my password the way the system hacking me. Folks all distracting me. I don't want to battle that. Yeah, I was born in a hospital bed. Better than that to being in a hospital bed on the kitchen with the vision. Have you heard what the revolution ain't the same now that Malcolm is dead? Come on. And they'll try to go and move y'all and get in your pocket just like a pool ball. But this been coming from the heart, and you only get an ending if you coming from the start. And you only see the light if you coming from the dark. Right? Got pulled up by nature trying to build Noah's Ark. Cause truth be told, the youth get old. Even deaf people hear when brothers lose their soul. Cause lies what they been telling me, drugs what they been selling me. They say I can't reside on the street with a felony. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Those lies what they been telling me. They say I can't reside on the street with a felony. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Lies what they been telling me, drugs what they been selling me. They say I can't reside on the street with a felony. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Lies what they been telling me, drugs what they been selling me. They say I can't reside on the street with a felony. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Lies what they been telling me, drugs what they been selling me. They say I can't reside on the street with a melody. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Play so many times in my head, it's like a melody. Zulu Nation, peace.
Revolutionary Bookstore up north. They've been a big help. They actually made a big donation. They've been step by step with the family helping. Shout out to the Zulu Nation, your Cassius D, for allowing us to put on the fundraiser here in the Twilite and having an avenue to promote and to provide for funds. But like since his death, we've been trying to raise money to bury him. We actually achieved that today with the donations from you guys today and the donations from people like just various people who have donated. I forgot the actual football star who actually covered the rest of the payment today. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting. And if you don't know it, I'm not going to hold the mic too long, but just go look up Stephon Watts. Matter of fact, let me tell you a little bit because you're here from the horse's mouth because the media and press is kind of putting out some false information. Stephon Watts was a 15-year-old autistic child who suffered from autism his whole life. The police and the treatment center that they were called on had been out to his house numerous times, 10 or better. 12 actually. On this particular day, my uncle, Stephen Watts, called the treatment center and told him, Stephon Watts is acting up, he don't want to go to school, I need you to come help me with him so he can be treated. Come reprimand him so I can take him to the center to be treated. They told him that they could not send anybody out unless they sent a police off first. That's one mistake. That's one thing we need to change. The protocol of how the system is set up, how laws are set up, to where the police shouldn't really have to come out to your house with anything. Anything at all. They should. We can police ourselves. We can, to a certain extent, but we can police our households. Secondly, when they arrived, they came 4 white cops deep. No disrespect to the white people that was in the house, but I'm gonna be real. They came 4 white cops deep, and they did only, I think 2 only had tasers. Now the past, everybody knows Stephen Watts. They've been to his house numerous times. They know the case. They know who he is as a patient. The first officer that came to the house, when they came to the house, my uncle told them, "No, it's cool. We got it under control. We don't need your help any longer." They insisted that they enter the house. So he let one in, okay? He came in, and once he entered the basement, he claims, according to reports, that Stefan had a butter knife. Okay, now we all know that a butter knife can't cut you, can't really hurt you. Anything can be used as a weapon, but a 15-year-old kid, you're trained as a police officer to disman a person with your hands, actually. So what happened is that when he came down the stairs going into the basement, he said that Stefan had a butter knife, and he was on the base of the stairs. He's coming in from the top, and Stefan is on the base of the stairs. At that point, I guess he seen and got frightened that Stefan was taking a knife, basically trying to frighten the cop. He's autistic. So what happened is that this police officer pulled out his gun and shot him one time. No, he didn't, man. He shot him in his chest the first time. Okay. Now, why would you shoot a 15-year-old autistic child who's distance from you? You're at the top of the stairs, he's at the base of the stairs. Why do you have to shoot him in the first place? Then on top of that, his partner, hearing the gunshot, came into the house, went to the same spot where his partner was, and shot him again. That's the one, that fatal bullet that pierced his heart. After he was already shot and he was already stunned. Why would you have to come and shoot him? Matter of fact, why would you have to shoot him in the first place? You had tasers. You've been out to the house numerous times. But they're claiming that the first officer didn't have a taser, and they're trying to rule it a justifiable homicide. And Calumet City is known to be one of the most racist suburbs right outside of the city of Chicago. So right now, my whole purpose, I'm not going to hold the mic too long. My whole purpose is we brought awareness to it. It's a national issue. You got Nancy Jesse, I love. You got the Attorney General, Lisa Madigan, involved, who's going to help us to bring the officers up on charges. We got James Montgomery from Cochran's firm, who's going to file a civil suit. So that's all good, fan and dandy. If we get a settlement out of it, that's cool. My whole motivation is that I would like to change the laws on the protocol, the way that law enforcement deals with autistic kids or children in general, and name it in the Stefan Watts name. That's my mission. If I can do that, if I don't do that, I feel like I failed them as a cousin, as a family member. And I appreciate all of your support. I appreciate, I got celebrities from Twisted supporting us, to my brother from Mom, to people reaching out to us who's actually been supporting this. And I just want to thank everybody who has been supporting me and my family through this trying time, and just ask that just keep us in our prayers. I say.